This year marks the 40th anniversary of the birth control pill, and now women and doctors are breaking the cycle. And on the other side of the grandstand over there, there's a bunch of rides, and everyone's just been digging into all the food. It's hard to complain with corn growing as fast as this. There's a large group down here, but at 3 o'clock, another large group invaded the offices of the 3rd floor of the administration building, and they won't stop until they get what they want.
Natalie?
Eric, the vote that could end the strike is going on behind me right now at Teamsters Local Union 26. Local businesses are enjoying a surge in customer traffic now that the U of I students are back.
They've got the streets all torn up. That's the university installing new chilled water lines.
It's this kind of hands-on tour that Mayor Jerry Schweihart says is necessary for council members to make the best decisions for the city.
That if we talked about it in the council chambers, we couldn't get a true feeling for what the engineers are talking about.
Council members got a rundown of how far many of these capital improvements have come since they gave their go-ahead. Like the research park just south of campus. It's projects like this that gets off the ground with the help of the city and with the help of private investors and the university itself.
Through that cooperation now, I think you're seeing stuff happen that's just been talked about in the past.
But it also looks at those problem areas or those projects that we know that we have to do something with.
Problem areas like the intersection of Prospect and Green, where city officials say turns cause half of those accidents.
One of the things that we're looking at is actually raising the level of the intersection.
Many of these projects not only improve the city's infrastructure, they're also bringing in more jobs.
Could increase the population by 10 to 15,000 people in Champaign, and then that will help expand additional growth in other areas. So the next 10 years is going to be just amazing progress, I think.
Sand particles are coming from the foundry stacks. Those sand particles are corrosive and they're damaging a lot of those cars. But what they're most concerned about is what that might mean for their health.
I stopped letting my kids play in the backyard. It's damaged their swing set. It's damaged everything that it touches, and I'm scared to let my kids play outside.
John Garth lives next door to the Alloy Engineering and Casting Company.
At one point in time, I've heard that to another neighbor that they've tried to blame it on Homco and even McDonald's or jet fuel. They're basically grasping at straws to try and get us to, not look at them as the source of the cause of the problem.
But Garth says he's sure it's the sand particles from this plant that's causing a lot of property damage in the neighborhood.
The waste sand that comes from the side of the building and enters the silo, and it's under pressure, and when it ate through it or broke, or a seal came apart or something, they said, it just shot right up in the air and traveled all over the neighborhood.
In fact, many neighbors noticed the corrosion. Marty Potter even began gathering data.
Well, this is one of the ceramic tiles that I had placed around the yard just to see how much overall effect it had. And then you could tell this one had it out. It was 426. And that's about the same time they had a break in their line over there, they said.
Marty first noticed the damage around the middle of March. But it's not just the damage on their cars or their swing sets that's got these residents ready to take action. We could be inhaling it right now.
Exactly. That's the downside.
Yeah, it's still something that 10 or 15 years could come back and haunt you. You never know.
And you never know what can happen in the future. It's just frustrating, really frustrating.
Many residents did come together for a meeting tonight. They say they might hire a lawyer to file a class action lawsuit. We did try to contact Alloy Engineering, but they were unavailable for comments. Well, Stephanie, when I was a kid, spending a Saturday morning cleaning up the yard would not top my list of things to do. But today I met dozens of kids who are willing to sacrifice their Saturday and show just what kids can do when they put their mind to it.
People talking about our neighborhood, talking about how filthy it is and how they don't want to come in. So we got to try to help our community out.
Mike Jones is just 11 years old, but he already knows what it's like to want a better life and live in a better environment.
You know, we've got to start somewhere, and what better place to start than with our real small young citizens. And if we can start them off in the right direction, having pride in their neighborhood and in themselves, then we all win in the long run.
The Boys and Girls Club of Urbana and 4 Boy Scout troops have put together this cleaning effort. They're hoping projects like this will motivate kids to take a more active role in their own community.
The kids that come to the club live in this neighborhood. They come to this club, they take care of this club. So we want to show that we can take care of our community as well as our club.
But the kids are ready to see those results now.
Every time we walk, we don't want to see no trash around on the street. And it's helping my environment, so I want to see my environment clean.
And Mike is hoping this project will clean up the image people have of his neighborhood.
When they come in and see how clean it is, they might think they was wrong. They was wrong how they was talking about how junky and filthy it was.
A long drive is not one of the best ways to start off the holiday. And although gas prices have decreased, there's still something on the road or in the car that's bound to cause a few headaches.
This ain't working.
How would you like to take a trip in this van?
Yeah, with 4 kids and a dog and a husband.
The Spoon family is going to Grandma's house.
It's crowded and noisy.
Noisy and expensive, especially with these gas prices.
It's terrible.
We haven't seen it yet because we're still buying it. The last load we bought was in Chicago. It's still the same, so.
But it's not the gas that's making the Spoon's trip hard to swallow. 20-minute delays on I-55, and expect delays on I-57 too.
Every time you want to go somewhere, it's always construction, every road you get on.
Stopping at the rest area is a great stress reliever, but there's still an hour and a half left before the big van pulls into Grandma's house.
We're fully equipped. We can go anywhere, as long as they got rest stops.
Bye. It's crowded. The baby's having a fit, but we all love each other, so we're having a great time.